So let's get into the resume structure. The first thing we're going to talk about is the content of your resume. And this is actually going to take a majority of the time. So even though it's just one of the many things we're going to talk about, a lot of the time in the next 45 minutes is going to be spent talking about content. Why? Because this is really the area that people have the most questions. Okay. So again, 3 areas that we'll focus on: content, aesthetics and formatting, grammar and punctuation. As far as content is the meat of your resume, okay? It's all of the sections, all the experiences that you have had, your education experiences, all the responsibilities, achievements within all of those jobs. Professional development workshops. It's basically, it's the meat of your resume. It's everything that you're going to include. Okay. Now before, this is the way that I have found is the best way to approach writing a resume. And if you already have a resume that you feel pretty confident about, this is the way that you can approach writing a new section of your resume, talking about a new experience. Okay. So before you start thinking about bullet points, what wording to use, your supervisor's name and contact information, don't think about any of that. Before you even start, what you want to do is you want to just write out all of your ideas without focusing at all on the writing quality. So in other words, and I'll give you some prompts, some questions to ask yourself. But the first thing, and a lot of people don't do this actually, and this is why this experience can be so incredibly stressful. First thing you want to do is just write out what you did at that job. And do not focus on writing quality, formatting, grammar, nothing, okay? You're just trying to get your ideas out. And this is hard for some people. So here, these are the things that you want to start thinking about and asking yourself during this phase. Number 1, what did I do in this position? Don't make it fancy. You're just writing out what you did day to day, just listing it all out, okay? Number 2, what were some of my major goals? What were some things that I worked on? What were some things that, some major maybe responsibilities that I had, some things that I was really working on with my team or with my school? This is huge. What problems did I solve? And this is difficult to think about because we're in the field of education. There's hundreds of problems every single day that we're dealing with, right? What problems did I solve? Could be small group. It could be talking about small group instruction to accommodate certain students. Be talking about the regions, test scores. You could be talking about professional development that you delivered to the staff because maybe they needed some support in a certain area. Just what problems did I solve on a daily basis? And finally, was I successful in any of these things? Was I successful at my job? And if so, how do we know that? You have to be able to quantify that. Okay. So what we're going to do now, and this is going to be informal. This is for you. You don't need to respond in the comments. This is for your own reflection. What you're going to do is you are going to choose one of your experiences that you've had, one of the schools that you've taught at, or student teaching experiences that you've had, and you're going to answer these questions in free form. You can do some and not others, but I want you to just write as much as you can about what you did in that position using these prompts as an example, okay? Again, I can't stress this enough. Do not focus on writing quality, okay? This is for you. So don't write in the chat for this one. You're gonna just write this for yourself.